For me, the speed on the SpyderX in comparison to the Spyder 5 is so much quicker. It's actually less than a minute and 50 seconds. So my personal work, I'm now able to recalibrate it in every single photo shoot. Actually, every day I could calibrate if I wanted to because it's only a couple of minutes and it's worth the investment in time. So I got 3 monitors as well. So it allows me every morning to go ahead and set all my calibration on all my monitors. And lastly, when I go on location and I have a laptop and I'm at a pinch in time, it allows me to do a quick calibration before a celebrity shoot, for instance. And if I have a scenario where I'm indoors, outdoor, I could quickly do a calibration before going on to the next set. In regards to the accuracy, for my personal work is I could actually see it. Like the proof is in the pudding. I take the capture, I look at my monitor, and what I'm seeing in my monitor, I'm getting that same reproduction in print. So for instance, that billboard I did for Eddie Griffin, I'm able to see a 30-foot billboard, but those were the colors I saw in my monitor. And before that was the actual capture through my process. So from start to finish, I'm getting accuracy from the SpyderX. Okay, this is the funnest part, the ease of use. It's quite easy. I mean, it's gonna talk you step by step. So, I mean, you don't have to be savvy. It's gonna talk you through. It's gonna say, place the sensor, the lens here. It's gonna give you an outline where to place that. And it's gonna tell you, click next, click next, click next. So, let data color and the scientists behind this do their job. I don't have to know all that. All I have to know is that what I'm gonna see in my monitor and how I'm gonna go through that function and setting up my monitor. I don't want it to be too complicated. So they really guide you through and they made it so easy for us to calibrate. Yeah, now my comparison from the SpyderX to the Spyder 5, I mean, the SpyderX was already a good calibrating system. Now the SpyderX, there's more science that has gone and it's evolving in regards to how I'm seeing color. And for me, because I'm always working with color and I'm working under different conditions, whether indoors and outdoors, I find a lot of accuracy in regards to what I'm getting from my final product. So speed again is part of that equation because it's so quick. I could do it, right before a photo shoot. And overall, I mean, I'm really thrilled in what the new SpyderX system is doing for my personal work. Yeah, I would recommend SpyderX to any photographer. I mean, from hobbyist to professional. And the reason why is that we spend so much time in creating these images, a lot of invested equipment time and everything. And the worst thing is to have at the end of the day an image that is an ill representation of what the capture would be, what you think is accurate. So it's really important for any photographer, and it's not that complicated. It really is a small investment, and it's worth value for you as a photographer and value for your client as well. My favorite feature of the SpyderX, I think it's how it represents the shadow and the highlights, because we think the calibration is all color. We also got to consider that it's going to represent where my highlights are and how it's displaying highlights and how it displays shadows. So sometimes if I'm making adjustments on brightness and I start bringing those values down, I end up also affecting the way the shadows are represented. So I make corrections on an image and I start bringing, the shadows to a point where it's too underexposed. So that's an important feature when I'm doing skin tones, because whether I'm shooting beauty or fashion, what's important is how that representation of highlights and shadows are and that dynamic range on those skin tones are. So the new SpyderX puts me right on point where what I'm seeing in my monitor is what I'm making my corrections on and what will be reproduced either for a magazine or for a client.